Are you tired of the 9 to 5 grind and dreaming of becoming your own boss? Well, what if I told you you can start a successful health and wellness business with as little as 3 hours per week, even if you're starting from scratch? I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you exactly how I did that and build it up to 6 figures and how you can too. I'll show you my journey and exactly what it takes and what you should focus on in the beginning so you get things off the ground. So whether you're a busy mom, a college student, or an overworked professional looking for a way out, this video is going to show you exactly how you can build a career off your passion and go out on your own, even if time is not on your side. Hey Impactors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Simeon Krastev, and I'm on a mission to build an international health and wellness business to a multi-million-dollar empire. And on this channel, I'm sharing the tips, tricks, lessons, and tools that I'm applying along the way so you can follow along, hopefully get inspired and join me on that journey. We help you live your best life, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. Now let's jump straight into the video. Now, if you're anything like me, you feel overwhelmed by all the things that you could be doing to get your business off the ground, but the reality is that you're in a position where you're looking for a way out of your current situation, which could be your job or maybe no income. So what I'm going to share with you today is coming from 10 years of lessons within the industry and a lot of failures that hopefully I can help you avoid. So I'm going to show you the practical things that you can do in the beginning to avoid following in a common pitfalls of working for nothing, and also do it with as little as 3 hours per week, because I know some of you don't even have that. So it's going to require a minimum of that. And in the beginning, the number one priority if you're starting in the health and wellness industry is to solve a problem. The mistake I did early on is to focus on creating a workout program, creating meal plans, creating package program, and I didn't really serve a need within the marketplace, because what I was doing is focusing on the features of my programs and product rather than creating a solution for the problem that people have. And because I was very broad, I spent years, actually 2 years of my time on the side building workout programs, building meal plans, building a curriculum, and even a course that looked great in my eyes. And after 2 years, I had 0 people buy it because I didn't focus on the most important, which is find a problem to solve. So instead of focusing on building out a product, in the beginning, I would focus on solving a problem. And for example, there's many overworked employees that are high-level executives that don't have enough time to exercise, that don't know what to eat, and are looking for the accountability to actually get that area in their life solved. So instead of thinking of a meal plan or a workout program that I create and try to offer to anyone for a low price, I would focus on solving a big problem, which is what most people want, whether that's going to be losing weight, be more mindful, having more energy, productivity, or something tangible that people can tie into a price point, something that they're willing to pay to solve the problem. And to give you an example, if you offer someone a workout plan, they're not willing to pay more than $30, $40, $50 for it just because all the work is dependent on them. If you're a personal trainer, on the other hand, you can charge a little bit more because you're now doing the work with them. You're alongside them, you're holding them accountable, you're helping them out, and you can charge maybe $50 to $100 an hour. If you, on the other hand, now provide a solution for them to be able to increase their strength, guarantee that they're going to increase their sports performance within a time frame, you're now able to charge in the thousands. And in the beginning, we need to focus on a solution that we provide that we can charge a premium price for, because with the limited time we have to start replacing our income. So I would focus on a 90-day core program, such as our Impactful Look program, that allows you to offer a solution that solves a specific need. So for example, people don't want to eat healthy. They want the result of eating healthy. They don't want to take supplements. They want the ease and the nutrition that the supplements give them. They don't want to exercise, they want the benefits of exercise. What you should focus on is the big outcome that you can provide for people. And it usually starts within your own stories. And how I started in the industry was that I was a computer game addict, I had a postural imbalance, and through exercise I was able to correct my posture and improve my physique, improve my energy overall, improve my flexibility. And the way I started in the beginning, within a physical location, I was offering a 90-day package that helped corporate employees with their posture, build up their core strength, have more energy and productivity. And I tied in those packages to something that I already experienced myself. Later on, as I started evolving into my health and wellness career, I improved the way my body looked, even competed in men's physique. And therefore, I started building a program called the Impactful Look program for aesthetically appealing physique that within a 90-day time frame helps people go from point A to point B, which is a better looking body, dressed well, and just overall be more excited about what they're doing. So as you can see, there's a difference between a meal plan and a workout plan, and then a tangible offer that has a very specific name and allows the people to get the results they're looking for. If you're starting in the health and wellness industry, ideally you already have experienced the transformation yourself, and this would be the easiest target audience you have. So if you're a full-time employee and you have a corporate career right now, your ideal target audience would be other corporate employees who are struggling with their health and wellness. If you're a student, it would be other students who are looking to improve their performance and looking for a way to start. If you're a busy mom, your first ideal target audience would be other busy moms. So don't look out of your way, don't try to help everyone, just focus on a specific core avatar. Think of a time frame of how you can help those people so you can charge a premium price for a package that could be anywhere between $500 to $1,500 for 90 days, and it's going to allow them to get the results they're looking for. So this is step number one that I would focus on. Be clear on who you are and who you can help, and then craft the plan of how you can help them, and don't list the features, just think of the outcome that that audience is looking for, okay? So step number two comes when you're charging a price. Within our programs, we offer so many components. We've included the supplements, we have the nutrition, we have the accountability, we have the workouts, we have the meal plans, we have the daily motivation, we have the group engagement from other people within our programs and challenges. But I'm not selling the features of the program and giving individual price for each and every item on it. I'm selling the whole transformation just because that's what people want and something that they can justify. If I tell them you have to pay $2,000 for a meal plan, that would never happen. But if I say I'll show you how you can lose 30 kilos within the next 6 months guaranteed, else you don't pay a dime, now this all of a sudden becomes worth $2,000. So think of it that way when you're first starting out. Don't focus on the features, focus on the benefit for the customer. Wrap it up into a cool, sexy name that speaks to the core avatar you're looking to serve. So in my case, I was working with corporate employees that want to look good in clothes. They don't necessarily care about how much muscle they have or if they have six-pack abs. So for them, impactful look was something that they resonated with, and really build upon that story. It allowed them to relate to the program I have, and of course allowed me to charge premium price for it because people are looking for that specific outcome. Now, the third thing that I would suggest you do if you're just starting out, don't focus on adding up all the features within your program because people don't care about the features as much. Just give them the bare minimum for them to get the desired outcome. And in the beginning, that could be just as little as accountability and the proven 1, 2, 3 steps to get to the outcome they want, which could be working out 3 times per week and following a specific meal plan, which would mean excluding soft drinks, eating a little bit less calories, and hydrating themselves enough and getting recovery. This would be sufficient for 99% of the people to get to the result they're looking for. And you, being the provider of that, you can build your first beta group and you have a bare minimum product built within 1 or 2 days. You don't really need to spend a lot of time doing that because you can create a Canva template, you can create a Canva document, and voila, you already have your template. Now, the fourth thing I would do, and this would be the easiest to get started, especially if you have limited time. So up until now, this probably takes you 2 weeks and 6 hours of total, 1 week just to figure out who is going to be the audience you're going to serve, and 1 week just to craft the minimum viable product or the minimum things that your audience is going to require for them to reach the goal that you're promising to them. And then on the third week, for these 3 hours, I would focus on documenting my story. So I would sit down and just open up of how I was able to overcome the struggle that they're having now and share how I was able to go from A to B to C to D, and share what are the struggles that I had along the way so they can resonate with me. Because if you're a corporate employee, the chances are your friends on social media, the people that are following you, also fall within that category, and they would be inspired by your story and your journey. So I would make sure that I have a compelling story that matches the audience that I'm serving and matches the need they have. And I'm going to become the attractive character because now people resonate with me rather than the program, and they're looking for the outcome that I got and not necessarily the feature. So they're open to trust whatever you have to give them because you've already achieved the results they're looking for. That's very important. Don't try to preach and teach, try to show and inspire. So once you've documented your journey within 3 hours of content that could be a couple of videos or long form posts with some pictures. It doesn't have to be something crazy, just something that your audience can look at. And especially if you have never posted anything on social media, if you're not as active, those 3-4 posts are going to have the highest engagement you ever had because your first time being vulnerable on social media. And don't try to overcomplicate it. Just share where you were, how you got there, what helped you along the way, what were the struggles, and what is the results you're experiencing now. Follow this formula and you can never go wrong. Use the words you would normally use. Don't try to make it marketing wise and sexy, and don't try to sell them on anything. Just share and document your journey. Now, the next thing I would do is follow a strategy that I call CPR, which stands for comment, post, and then reply. So whenever I'm on social media, before I post anything, I would go and comment on my friend's posts, and I'll go on as many as I can that have been recently active on the platform. So whenever I post, more of them would be exposed to my content, and the law of reciprocity is going to allow for them to usually come back and comment on my stuff as well. And this would boost up the engagement and allow me to have a bigger reach on my social media posts. So now I'm commenting, I'm posting, and then I'm going to be replying to those comments within the next several days. And I would wait and maybe reply the first 5 comments immediately. Then I would wait and reply another one a little bit later and another one a little bit later. And this way my posts go up and more people reach them. So whether that's going to be Instagram or Facebook, you can apply that strategy because we're using our personal profile. We're not building social media pages. We're not building channels specifically for that. We just want to get started in the industry. So this would ideally take you another 3 hours, and you could do it as little as 10 minutes per day commenting, 10 minutes to share a post, and then 10 minutes for replying all the comments. So I would do that 3 times per week. After I have that set up, I'm going to start having people messaging me directly. That would be kind of the inbound leads, as you want to call them, and the inbound queries of people wanting to know a little bit more about your journey and whether you can help them. What I would rely in the beginning, instead of just saying, oh, I have this program and it can help you, I would use a thing called prescriptive selling, which means that just as a doctor, I would sit down and I would ask them questions. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you struggle with? What are the things that you find hard? Is it your nutrition? Is it the exercise? Does your family support you? What do you think is the hardest thing that doesn't allow you to reach your goals? Do you think you can get to your goal faster if you had someone helping you out? Do you think if you follow a proven formula and a step-by-step process, it's going to be easier for you? Okay, great. Just so you know, I have this solution that offers X, Y, and Z that you just said you struggle with. And if you're interested, I can tell you a little bit more about it. And then if they say, oh yeah, absolutely, I would get on the phone and explain the details of the program and share what's my starting price. And in the beginning, you can even do it for free just to get the confidence and get the ball rolling. But as you get more confidence, you can start charging $500 for a 90-day package or even go higher up in the price. So you can start earning some extra income on the side, working with as little as 3 hours a week. So this would be my formula weekly. I would focus on 3 days per week, 30 minutes each day, so hour and a half. I would be creating content and I would be doing CPR, comment, post, reply. And then the other 1.5 hours or 3 days of 30 minutes, I would be booking in people to talk to. And then I would be chatting via Messenger or Instagram DMs and building up rapport and answering those questions. Another thing I would do is I would make sure I go in relevant groups and I would give specific answers to the questions that people have. So if you're a busy mom, there's tons of moms groups where they ask how to lose the post-pregnancy weight or how they're eating to get in their shape or what they suggest in terms of like nutrient-dense food that they can eat and also cook for their kids. So there's a bunch of discussions that you can be joining and offering help and value, not in a spammy way, but just offering genuine help that's going to attract people that's going to come to your profile, where they're going to see your story, your message, how you help people. And then of course, you're going to plug them into your system, which is going to be commenting on their posts, posting yourself, and then replying to those comments to build up that engagement on social media and get that inbound traffic of people coming your way. So in the beginning, these are the only 3 things you need to focus on: having a specific solution to a problem, and ideally that would be an audience that you've already helped or a transformation that you already experienced yourself. Second would be building up engagement on your profile, sharing your journey, sharing your story, and sharing your message. And third would be sharing valuable content over time and building up the engagement following the CPR formula. This is going to allow you to have your first customers, and within time frame, which could be anything anything from 90 days to 6 months or even a year, depending on how fast you go, what's your prior experience, and how hard you're willing to work. You can be on your way to having a full-time income, and this is exactly what a lot of the people that go through our Impactful Loop program do. Documenting their own journey on social media, they're able to inspire their circle of influence that allows them to get things off the ground. Hope you found this video helpful. This is exactly what I would do if I only had 3 hours per week. This is how I would get started. And if you want to build a health and wellness business yourself starting from scratch, check out the link in the description, as that's my newsletter where I provide more tips, tricks, and details on how you can do that every single week. And if you want to get your career off the ground, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video, and check out this video that's gonna walk you through how to turn your passion into a career.